moms. We're expert contributors for FamilyAffaires.com. I'm Christy.
And I'm Debbie.
And today we're going to talk to you about my best friend. And Debbie, I'm sorry it's not you.
Oh boy.
And it's not even my really good close friends. My best friend is actually the timer. It works so wonderfully for me. Not only does it help me know when my laundry is ready to switch because I get very forgetful and busy, but it helps me with my child all the time. The timer is my best friend. I've used it forever. I use it now, especially for my son with teeth brushing. I can't even talk today.
That's okay.
He was just spending a very little time brushing his teeth. And so I went to a timer and it works so much better because he knows exactly when he has to be finished. He has a set time and can't say, I'm done, I've already done it, and he's always in a hurry to do things. So that's great for us with the timer. Debbie?
And for us, not only using a timer was a good thing to have a starting point and a stopping point, because my son, he likes to know when things start and stop. Interestingly, when it was back in the years of having timeouts when there was a bad behavior, he handled timeouts quite well. In fact, more than most kids would. Not that he welcomed them, but because a timeout has a starting point and a stopping point, he knew he needed to calm down, sit down, take a moment, take a breath, and if it was a 2-minute timeout, he'd watch the clock, and he really kind of handled that well. It gave him time to compose himself, and I never saw any other kids that had that,
Right.
that it was something that they felt more comfortable with, but it wasn't a kicking, screaming thing where the behavior before it might have been. But as soon as he knew he had to go into timeout for something, afterwards, a hug, a reward, and then things go back and everything is fine again. So timers and timeouts for us, definitely it's something that works well.
I was going to say, we also use, before my son could really tell time or understand that, we'd also actually use things that he understood. Like 15 minutes is one episode of SpongeBob. 30 minutes is one episode of iCarly. So he could really kind of comprehend that. We use the timer too because if we're trying to go somewhere, we use it so he knows how long he has to wait. And that can be really hard. If we set the timer, I can say, or I'm in the middle of something and I say, I can get to you in 10 minutes. And he says, set the timer. I said, I'll set the timer. So my microwave timer gets a lot of use.
Oh, I bet.
And it's loud and he knows when to come back. So it's perfect for us. So if you're not already using your timer, you're missing out. That's going to become your best friend.
It's not just for cooking anymore.
That's true.